Well, I uploaded all the Bike Jeff's Epic Kayak Expedition videos from the second leg of the Missouri River. The second SD card that I've messed with. Got 2 of them down, 1 to go. And then I assembled them all into a playlist that it's almost like a movie, you know. You can watch it like a movie, except if you stop, and people will do that. Nobody's going to go all the way through it. Maybe somebody will. But if you stop it, it's not like a regular 2-hour video on YouTube that if you ever go back to it, it resumes where you stopped at. It starts from the beginning again, so that's a problem. But I'm not validated, so I can't make long movies. This is kind of a hack. If somebody wants to continue watching it later, they could just remember which number it was on. That's another thing is, there's problems with what I'm doing here. Everything's a problem with what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm trying to explain myself. It'll all come more clear if you can watch all the videos from the beginning. And I uploaded the last of the kayak trip first because my action camera's a hunk of junk and I beat the crap out of it. And I'm afraid that I'm going to push the buttons and they're going to like fail to operate. Cause it's starting to do that now, kind of. I'll push it and it takes a while to respond. Sometimes like, again. I'm afraid that if I sit there and just keep putting SD cards, because I've got like 8 or 9 SD cards. There's not just kayak videos, and I haven't got any of them marked. I didn't label them. And so I'm just putting them in. I say, oh, that's not one. And as soon as I get to a kayak video, I say, okay, that's it. I'm going to transfer and upload. And the last one was first, the middle one was second, and the first one's going to be the last one I upload. So all the numbers on the videos are the order I uploaded them, not the order that they were recorded in. I'll change that, you know, to where it will be less confusing. It's okay, wait a second. You know, the middle of the trip is got the largest numbers. Yeah, I'll get that turned around. And, you know, I'm trying to explain myself because, like, what the hell's up with this guy? Maybe he's not cut out for this. You know, because he's like, just everything's going wrong. First of all, I'm inexperienced kayaker. I've got, at the time I did this, I started that last trip, I had 3 weeks on another kayak trip. And it was in the upper Mississippi, which was a little bit easier, okay? They have lots of locks and dams, so the river's a little bit more well-controlled. Not under control, but more well-controlled. The towns are like easier to get up into. I was hiding. It was actually cool. Because I didn't have a portage cart and I didn't have any money. I was having to go into every town I crossed by to a pass to go in and make money to buy supplies. So I just hide the kayak on the side of the river and go into town instead of, you know, coming up to the boat ramp and everybody in the town could see me. Although it had its own problems because eventually I was afraid that it was going to get stolen, and eventually it did. I got trapped in I got pinned down by the weather in Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin for 5 days, and when I got back down to the river to get my kayak, it was gone. Somebody grabbed it, you know. But I lost my backpack in Akron, Iowa. And it had my telephone, my camera, all the SD cards, so I was crushed. All kinds of stuff I needed. And I've got developmental disabilities, so I can't remember numbers. I just can't do it, man. I remember my birthday. I'd sit there and memorize my social security number at great, you know, with great effort. It was very difficult for me to do, but I did. But other numbers, I just can't do it, man. I guess I should try. I should try. Maybe I got some kind of mental block or something. But I lost my phone. I didn't have any phone numbers. And that was the key. It's like, well, didn't you have some kind of plan for what you're going to do with your kayak? Because you keep complaining, what am I going to do with this kayak? I'm going to lose it. I'm going to drag it here. Am I going to get a storage space? Or am I going to try to hide it? Sell it? What am I going to do? I was going to get to the Mississippi here around Arkansas, and I was going to call my mom, and she was going to, my friend and her friend were going to drive by in a truck and pick me up, and I was going to store the kayak at my friend's house. That wasn't going to happen, and I was really upset because I was telling my family I'm going to be sending you guys texts and picture texts and showing you what I'm doing and maybe some videos of what I'm doing, and I'm going to include you, and they're all excited, yeah, and all of a sudden, no calls from Jeff. So I'm sitting there thinking, they think I'm dead, or they think I said fuck you, and I'm you know, blew them off again, which I've done in the past. I was alienated or estranged from my family for decades. And that's preying on my mind. And of course they're thinking that. One of those two things. Wow, and Jeff's tripping out again, you know. I guess he said, fuck you. Or I wonder if my son's dead, or my brother's dead, or my friend's dead. So that was preying on my mind day after day after day for 2 months, okay? I was inexperienced. I needed more hatches to access the deck. I mean, the interior of the kayak, where it'd be easier to get in there instead of having to reach in and have lanyards and get jammed. It's difficult, man. I needed a knob. I'm gonna upgrade. I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna upgrade the kayak on a lot of stuff. I didn't know. I could have used a what's called a kayak caddy. It's like another littler kayak. It's a little kayak, like 2 feet long, 3 feet long, a couple of feet wide, and a foot deep, and you can load like 50, 60, 70 pounds, depending. You can get a big one. You can get like 80 pounds in it, 100 pounds in it. That would be great. And I'm not going to be sinking my kayak, or it's not going to be overloaded in the swamp in it and then leaking in through the hatches like it was. Getting everything wet every time I try to get enough food. So that way I can get enough food and water to not go into town. I'm going to get a better camera. That camera sucks. It was glitching. The sound sucks. It's like a hissing noise sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. The audio is off from the video, so it looks like a kung fu movie from the 1970s, which is hilarious, but it's not that hilarious. Okay, I almost died making these videos, so it sucks that they suck. They're not that good. I'm going to get a better camera. I might get another phone that I can use as a dedicated phone to just use for uploading the videos or whatever, and another one that I can use for my entertainment and phone calls, and you know what I mean. A drone. I'm gonna get a GoPro. I'm not gonna mess around with something low dollar. I'm gonna get the gold standard. It's the one. I'm gonna get a GoPro. The app to transfer the videos from that to the phone or whatever is probably top notch. I'm gonna get a drone. Hopefully I'll get a drone that has the Wi-Fi too, that I can have the camera and link it to my phone and do the same thing. I'll have a drone. So that guy that was sitting there saying, Jeff, more action. Well, good. You're gonna see me on the river with the drone going overhead, and maybe I could get up to town, pull up to the boat ramp, and just like fly it over downtown and take a look. And that way I don't have to leave my boat there and go in and film downtown. And I don't have to worry about, because I was worried about license plates on the cars from way up above, just checking out the town. Not that people are going to like that. People hate drones, but you can do it, I guess they're legal, I'm not going to fly it up like a mosquito buzzing somebody's head. I'll be up above the town. We'll see. I'm going to buy a bunch of stuff. A knob, hatches, the kayak caddy. I don't know if I'm going to get the side kicks and the sail. I don't want to invest too much into this. We'll see. I'll make up my mind. That sail sounds exciting, man. The sail might do the trick. You go 10 miles an hour. You got 100 miles a day, not 30 or 40. 100. Take 8, 9, 10 days to go all the way from New Madrid to Morgan City. Only have to stop at one town to resupply, or maybe 3, 2, whatever. Don't overload the kayak. And I might get those sidekicks in the sail. I'll make up my mind. I'm going to upgrade, and I'm going to try to do this better cameras, all that. I think that the ones that I'm uploading now from the last trip, they have their charm, because this is Bike Jeff's Adventures in Panhandling, not Billionaire Boy's adventure, okay? Those aren't that great. I mean, they're great. I love watching the high dollar expeditions that are like top level professional athletes, basically, that are, heavily funded, and those are great. But am I going to have something like that? Are you ever going to be able to do something like that? No. I'm trying to fill that niche that, I don't have that much money. I don't have that much time. Maybe I can have a 2-week vacation from my job and spend $1,000 and do this. Nah, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. Bike Jeff did it. He begged the money on the streets holding a sign. He doesn't know what he's doing. And that's another thing, is you can look at all the mistakes I made. In the next videos, because it's going to be like 5 months from now, I'm going to be doing it. I'm probably biting off more than I can chew, because I'm going to try to train for an ultra when I'm in Chicago. If I can do a 20-mile run when I'm there in Chicago after a couple of months, I'm gonna sign up for it. I'm not gonna sign up until I can do a 20-mile run. That'll get me in the range of, okay, I think I might be able to do this. So then I'll train for that and I need to get in shape for the kayak trip anyway. I'm gonna ride to Chicago, and that's another thing. I'm about to ride up to Chicago, and I'm thinking, dude, that's not gonna be a very exciting. I want to document a bike trip because people are interested in that. I'm getting feedback like, I want to see this bike trip you keep talking about. You know, and I'm thinking the route I was planning just to get directly to Chicago ain't that exciting. But so I'm thinking, dude, take the river road. Go to New Madrid, check on the kayak there, touch base with the people at the storage facility and see, you know, because there's a hardware store, and I'm going to talk to people at hardware. You rent tools, because that way I can get a drill and a jigsaw to do the upgrades. But I'll do all that, and then I'll continue on. I might just go up the river. You know, Port Gerardo or Point Gerardo or whatever it's called. All the little towns between there, St. Louis, Hannibal. You know, I can't remember all the names of the towns, but I'll be going on by bicycle, so I'll be able to film the downtowns, and I'll be by the river several times, so I can take pictures of the river. And there's all these bluffs, and it's forested, and go up into Iowa, and you know, it's Keokuk, and up into Davenport, and then get to, you know, the LeClaire's kind of cool, and Clinton's kind of cool, and you know, Davenport, and you know, Bettendorf, or whatever, is kind of cool, and then just cut right across the 30 to Chicago. Take me longer, it'll be more difficult, but I'm thinking about doing it just to make my videos better, where people will actually want to watch them. Anyway, there you go. I'm pretty sure I haven't said everything I need to say about this, but you know, thank you for all the people watching my videos, and if they're kind of hard to watch, sorry about that. You know, and GoPro video stabilization. I'm sitting there watching my own videos. I'm starting to get a little seasick. So, I hear you.